it live.
Okay. Well, no.
We'll do it live. F it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
What is up, everybody? And welcome to another. I stumbled from right there.
What is up, everybody?
Yeah. What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. Welcome to another episode of Nintendo Talk Live. I screwed that up too, but I don't care. We're just going to keep rolling with it at this point. It is what it is. With me today is my very good friend, Mark Carabin. How you doing there, Mark?
I'm great, Bobby. How are you?
I am well.
Good.
I
Just stumbling a little bit, but it's all good.
Yeah. We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Of course, we always do.
Joel Brooks in the house. What's up, Joel? How are you doing? Okay, frame rate's good. We're all good. This is. You would think after all these episodes, like I would have it down. I would have it figured out what I'm doing. No, still a hot mess.
All good.
Anyway, so how you been, man?
I've been good. I've been very, very busy. You know, the holidays were a busy time. Lots of visiting family and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of good to be winding down a bit. You know, back to work. Yeah. You know, it's all right. Getting back into the grind. It was. I liked going back this week. You know, short week, and we had Monday off. And then yesterday I went home a little early because of the snowstorm. So it's good to break it off, break it up. I think next week's going to be a pain, 5 full days in a row. What's that nonsense? I haven't had that in a bit. I had some time off, some vacation before the holidays. So it's
weird.
Weird. How you been doing?
Good. Tony Baker, how you doing, buddy? For me, it's weird because this is a weird place I'm in right now. So typically I'm used to the past 7 years. I get a paycheck every single week, regardless of how many hours I work. And it's the same paycheck week in, week out. Right. But when I left jobs, now I'm hourly.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm starting to remember what it felt like when I get screwed up. Where we just had 2 snow days and I'm off from work. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. So deep breath. Yesterday I had to sign up for partial unemployment. And I'm like, because I got to have something coming in. I can't just not work. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm like, I thought about it and I was getting panicked a little bit. And then I said to myself, I said, you know what, man? I can actually utilize this to my advantage. Mm-hmm. I am going to go balls hard this winter and just put out content and just treat it like today. Wait.
Up till now, you haven't been putting out content. You do 17 videos a day, and you're on 36 podcasts.
That's about to change, Mark.
That's about to change. Okay. All right.
No. What I mean is I'm going to treat it like if this was my job.
Okay.
I'm going to, get up in the morning, attempt on certain, not all the time, but certain days when I'm off. Mm-hmm. I am going to basically get it to the point where I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do 2 videos today. I'm going to do one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Even just the fact of just doing videos to get ahead, you know what I mean? And schedule them to go and all that. That's just, it's a lot of fun, man. So, we have some stuff that's going to get announced next week.
All right.
I don't know how happy people are going to be when we make the announcements, but it is what it is, man. I'm pushing forward. I'm going to do what I got to do. Okay. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be.
Man, you got me curious now. You can't just start off a conversation.
I can't tell you. I can't say you in front of everybody. Maybe after the show.
All right.
Just remind me when we're done, and we'll talk about it a little bit.
I will. I'm patient. I'm patient, but
I know.
At the same time, I love you guys.
Well, I
like knowing what's going on.
I have stuff that I'm trying to do personally in terms of the content that I'm doing, but then I have offers to do stuff as well, and I'm trying to figure out how do I make that work. Yeah. So it's kind of nice. It's not a new Ink Strike podcast. This is not the Ink Strike. The Ink Strike is dead and gone.
Hey, Nintendo Talk, what's up?
It's done. Speaking of which, do you play Splatoon anymore? Like, I was listening to your podcast today.
I know.
What is wrong with you, dude? What happened to you?
Okay, I've been going back to Splatoon. I've been getting back since that podcast because I realized I was so far out of Splatoon.
Yeah.
And it was like you know, like in like shows and movies and stuff, you see that point where like the person hits rock bottom and has to go back, like it has to go into rehab.
Yeah.
And they come to that realization. They're like, oh my God, like, yeah, I really am a mess.
Yeah.
That was the realization. If you could see my face, if it was like a live show like this, if you could see my face when I was recording with Colin, the fact that Colin's
playing.
All people,
I know,
played a Splatfest that I missed.
I was like, dude, I'm listening to that episode. I'm going, what the F, Mark? Are you serious right now?
So I fell off. So I got back in this past week, or over the holidays a little bit. I'm going back in and loving it, and I love the new content, the new modes. I've been buying gear left, right, and center, testing new weapons, new stages as much as I can. I love that they brought back some of the old stages. So even though I've been missing, I feel like I haven't.
Arowana Mall is coming back, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't wait for that to hit. When that hits,
yeah,
I will be there that whole weekend, just playing every single. So you're gonna be surprised. Be prepared to be surprised.
Okay.
2 things. Number 1, I changed my weapon. I no longer use the Aerospray. I use the NZAP 89.
Okay, I've been playing around with that one a little bit. I changed my weapon too.
I actually kill people now.
Okay.
That's another thing that changed. I've actually shifted and started doing ranked play, and I've kind of left turf wars behind. Okay. I've actually got it to the point now where I can actually enter league play. So I'm trying to get a team together to I've been talking to Eric Plunk and oh my God, dude, Jason Lacey. So we're trying, and Rybo. We asked Rybo, but I don't know if Rybo's up to that point yet or not.
Well, let me know. I'm at league play as well, I believe.
Are you?
I'm pretty sure I'm ranked enough to go to league.
Let's do it, man. Come on, man. Do like the old school days, man.
Yeah, exactly.
And this, I'll play right here. I'll get the headset. We'll talk in that one. Like, that's got to happen. We got to talk and all that. Yeah. Man, they got all these people in the chat. Luke Skywalker, Mean 2000, what's up? Nintendo Talk, whatever. Matt Knight, Rybo Flavins, Kuro, dude, that Kirsten Smith, man. I got to tell you, man, thank you so much, bro. New executive producer right there. Just came on
awesome.
Today.
I saw that today. That's great.
Man. Thank you so much, dude.
Also, I followed him on Twitter after I saw that he was supporting you guys. I was like, I gotta check out what this guy's doing.
Rybo Flavins, my boy, Quest for Pixels. I'm assuming that's Sheldon, because Tony Baker was here earlier. Gary Gray's in the house. What is up?
Yeah.
So that's where we're at this point. So I messaged you earlier in the week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, man, you want to come on Nintendo Talk? And you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like, what are we going to talk about?
That's
it. I'm like, I don't know. What are we going to talk about? Jesse Armstrong, what's up? And you're like, like, we ever need a topic to talk? Like, this is
I know. That's
you know what I mean? Like,
this is what we do. We press record and we wing it. And
exactly. But it always turns out to be like my favorite episodes and the best stuff. So the problem here is this, is I'm telling the people now, like, this is going to be your favorite episode that you've ever seen. But me saying that now, we put the expectations way up.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you're setting it like, you know, Colin, and you get Jules on, and Justin, and then...
Okay, this is going to be one of the worst episodes.
This is... Set your expectations low, people, and we'll try our best to still squash those.
There's an interesting question. So Russian propaganda, he just asked, what do we think of Logan Paul?
I've never watched a single one of his videos, and I refuse to watch them now, but he sounds like a jackass.
So here's the thing. For me...
Rybo, I am drinking out of a boot.
This is a bad time. This is a bad time to ask me that, to put a camera in front of me like that. Here's my thing, right? So when everything first went down, and the Suicide Forest video thing came out and all that, I had never seen anything at all of him. I knew of Jake Paul, his brother, but never of him. So when everything first started to go down, I sat there and I was like, you know what? People are screaming, like, banning, get him off of, YouTube and this, that, and the other. And I was like, man, I don't know that that's what I think should happen. Like, because I consider myself now, I don't know whether he considers it to be or not, but I'm friends with Colin Moriarty. Like, so I didn't like how he lost everything based off of a tweet. Mm-hmm. And I felt the same thing. Like, I don't feel like somebody should lose everything based off of a mistaken video. Like, look, he's a young guy. Dude, if you go back and look at some of the crap that I did at his age, like, you know what I mean? Like, when you're that age, that's what life is. You do stupid stuff, you make mistakes. That said, I went and watched a bunch of stuff today just because I heard a bunch of stuff going down. And, dude, he is a total jackass. Yeah. This kid does not deserve to have YouTube as an outlet. They should get rid of his account. They should ban him. And the fact of the matter is he went through Japan. He starts off saying how he doesn't want to disrespect Japan. They're all about respect, and he has to be careful. And he's literally running through the streets, doing stupid stuff, like throwing pokeballs at police officers, taking out fish, dead fish, walking down the streets, dropping them on the back of a car, and walking on. It's like, man, you are a scumbag. And here's the thing. You guys have someone like this in Canada, Justin Bieber. And my thing is, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
This kid makes me embarrassed to be an American.
Yeah.
Like, this kid, I mean, don't get me wrong. We got some stuff going on.
I was just going to say, there's plenty of reasons you can be embarrassed about being an American.
This dude's worse. This kid is, like, say what you want about Trump. Mm-hmm. But, dude, he ain't, like, he might run his mouth, but that's all he's doing is just running his mouth.
And he's very upfront about being a jackass.
Yeah, but this kid's trying to apologize. Act like, right? I'm so sorry. You're not sorry, dude. You're an ass. No, like, get out of here. Like, man.
At least when you call Trump out for doing stuff, he's just like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, well, he's just like, I'm this is what you wanted. You wanted this, so I'm gonna do what I'm doing.
This is your fault.
But this kid's trying to act like this is a one-time thing, and like, dude, the videos leading up to that, because here's what it is. He did a bunch of vlogs up to the point of the suicide forest. They're worse than the suicide forest. Okay. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, you watch those ones, and it's like, this is worse. You did more effed up things here than you did on that one video. And I'm like, yeah, YouTube needs to get rid of them. That's my opinion.
Right. Again, I've read enough on him and what he's done and all that kind of stuff to form the opinion that I think he sounds like a jackass. Yeah. But I refuse to even add one more view to those videos. Yeah. Where someone just mentioned, he's gaining subs in the chat there. Yeah. Also, I missed something. I'm drinking Appleton Estates rum out of Bobby's favorite boot. Just wanted to throw that in.
But here's the thing. This is what drives me crazy. So the night he puts out that suicide forest video, right? It becomes trending. He's making money off the video.
Yeah.
I got flagged for a monetization video from YouTube. No. This is different. This one's different. And If We Ran Nintendo got flagged that it was controversial and that advertisers wouldn't. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, what is wrong with you people? Like, YouTube just has its stuff so backwards, it's not even funny right now.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow. That's crazy.
Anyway,
that's crazy.
Let's jump into some Nintendo talk.
Sure.
So, 2017.
Yeah.
One of the greatest years ever.
Undoubtedly.
And I'm focusing on Nintendo. Like, all gaming, yes, but Nintendo. You and I were there. You and I have been friends for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Right? Probably going on 4.
It's
And we met in the Nintendo voice chat years ago, and we both have been on this ride together. Like, we started, you were doing your stuff, you were doing the Warp Whistle, I was doing videos, and then I started the Geekcast, and then we just kind of progressed together along this journey. That said, I couldn't have imagined that Nintendo would do this. and turn this around the way they did. You know, it was so bad at that one point. Like I was like, this is bad. Like this is bad time for Nintendo fans.
Oh man, like looking back at some of our past episodes, and you know, we just recently launched warpwhistlegaming.com, so I had to upload all of our old episodes, go through all the descriptions, all that kind of stuff, update everything. And uploading all of those, I was looking at some of our old episodes, and it was like we started a Nintendo podcast during arguably the worst time ever to be a Nintendo fan. I mean, the Wii U had some great games, undeniably fantastic games, but everything else about it was a complete and utter garbage fire.
You guys, you know, let's put it this way: when you guys are doing Game of the Year, Colin was talking about Witcher 3 as his Game of the Year.
Because we had full episodes, and that's the thing. Like we've had episodes that we talk about Destiny and The Witcher, and you know we'd end up talking for 15 minutes out of a 30-minute podcast about just anything other than Nintendo, and being like, hey, so what do you hope Nintendo does later? Because you know they released one game this year and it's really good, but there's nothing else on the horizon. So I mean, now to come, and it's like you're still trying to do a half-hour show. We're still trying to, and now it's like picking and choosing. You know, it's like, you know, I started a daily video series and I still can't keep up. It's crazy the amount of content and the amount of just how much Nintendo turned things around. It's amazing.
It is, and the crazy thing from my perspective is, like, we went through. I mean, dude, I love the Wii U. I mean, I know people bag on it and stuff, but like, I truly did love that console.
Yeah,
I felt like it was just a lot. The games were in the beginning, because that last year and a half was really bad. But like in the beginning, dude, it was just like home run after home run after home run, and I was like, man, this is like, yeah, sign me up, man. I'm all day for this. Yeah. I know that the console itself was kind of, you know, to use the phrase everybody uses, was kind of Fisher Price and kind of like kiddie and whatever. But like for me, I looked at it and I was like, man, I'm looking at the games. That's the thing for me. Like I always look at the games. Like Sean and I had a conversation this week on the Gaming Gurus, because I just got an Xbox One S for Christmas, and he's like, well, what do you think about all this stuff? And he said to me, he goes, man, I thought you were going to hate this console based on all the complaints that you typically have. And I was like, but Sean, for me, it's about the games. Yeah. And if the games are there, I can enjoy it. I'm playing Forza, I'm playing Destiny 2, and I'm having a fantastic time with it. So, you know, like, for me, that's the thing. Like, if I can get, like, if I can make it through the Wii era with, like, a few games here and there, then I can definitely make it through the Xbox One. Dude, my Switch has me so jammed up right now. Yeah. I can't even breathe. Like I'm sitting here earlier today. I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it's like, this is madness, man. This game is so huge, and I'm like, do I really want to keep pushing with this, or do I want to shut it down? I want to keep pushing through, but I'm like, God, this game is massive. So in 2018, well, let's do this. Let's start with this, because we haven't talked in a while. So
Jules is here.
Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Jules?
You know, why do you have to drink out of the boot when we do shows?
I always bring out the rum boot for you, Bobby.
But then the problem is like the show starts good, and then you get to the point where you won't shut up, man. And I'm like sitting there going like, oh, how do I stop him? So my question for you is this, because we haven't talked in a while. So in 2017, I don't even think I've heard, because you guys didn't even talk about, like, what are you allowed to say, like, what your game of the year was?
Yeah, sure. We're gonna do our game of the year last week. Yeah, and Colin got really sick. I think he's feeling better now. He's a quiet, weird fella. He doesn't text me back half the time. But you know, I think we're planning that this weekend. I said mine on Secret Friends Unite I've been pretty vocal about what I think mine is in most, in podcasts even leading up to from November, December, whatever. Zelda is my game of the year.
Okay. So
overall,
okay. We can continue the show.
Yeah. No,
if
I mean,
okay. If there's
look,
anything else, then we're gonna have problems, man.
no, I mean, look, Mario Odyssey was a fantastic game, and is, I mean, one of the best Mario games ever made.
Yeah.
But considering that series, it was still fairly evolutionary. I just put, I just series just
Siri wants to get in the conversation.
There we go. That's it. So it was evolutionary, meaning you can still see the roots tracing back to even 64, Galaxy, Sunshine, whatever. Zelda was revolutionary. That game is going to be copied and learned from and looked at and ripped apart by teams all over the world for the next generation or two. That is going to be one of these games that it's just like you can't say that there was something better this year. It's amazing.
I can't say that at all. Adam Leonard, Josh Stapleton, what's up? So
hey,
for
guys.
me, like, I look at it and I go, okay, like Odyssey, I enjoyed it, but like I felt like I blew through that game really quickly. Like here's the way I typically play a Mario game. I go in, I do what I got to do to get through the level. I typically will pick up a couple extra stars, in this case moons, than I need to, because I know that at some point I'm going to hit a point where I'm going to need a bunch of them to push forward. I did that in this one, and I literally beat the game in like almost a day, a little over a day. And I was like, what the hell just happened here? Did I really just beat this game this quickly? But like when I looked at Zelda, dude, that game took me a good 3 weeks, and I didn't rush to beat it because I literally was like just exploring, trying to figure out what was going on. And with Mario, it as good as it was, it felt a lot of the same to me. And my only first fear was, and I said this all along throughout the year, was my fear was that at some point those two were going to kind of butt heads and could potentially steal votes from each other. And
that's it. That was the fear.
But then when I actually played Odyssey, I thought, man, anybody that really truly considers this better than Zelda is off their rocker. Just because the other thing is, like, you look at the hype train for Zelda lasted deep beyond the launch, where Odyssey, like, nobody's talking about it now. I mean, you get a sporadic post here and there, but it's nothing like Zelda. Like, the distance between Zelda's launch and now, and Mario and now, they were still talking about it. You were still seeing people posting stuff all over the place. Now, I just saw this today in a Facebook group, and someone said, like, Breath of the Wild is a fantastic game, but it's not a Zelda game. What's your thoughts on that?
No, you know what? Zelda is a series that continuously kind of reinvents itself. What is a Zelda game? And for me, it's an adventure. With exploration. I mean, if you go back to the very first Zelda game, Breath of the Wild, I think, is the purest, expansion of what that game tried to do. Go in any direction, explore, find your own path, find the secrets yourself, and figure out how to do this. So if you look at if they're the only two Zelda games that you play, you're going to see a very, very clear correlation between the two. I think in between, people get caught up with Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask that are, Ocarina of Time. I think you can see very clear signs of where they're going with the series, and Majora's Mask is such a weird offshot and a fantastic game, but a very weird offshot kind of game. But I think I still think that it fits in, to
I feel like
what they're doing.
I feel like there's more than enough stuff in this game that harken back to Zelda games that it's fine. They're trying to change, in theory, the direction of Zelda. They're trying to move the trajectory of what this game means and is. And, like, I know most people, their biggest gripes are like, well, we didn't have dungeons. There was no Triforce pieces and things like that. Like,
Right.
we don't have to have Triforce pieces every single time, in my opinion. But
Anytime you ask someone what the best Zelda game is, they'll say, half the people will say Majora's Mask. Now, whether they're just jumping on that bandwagon or actually think that, it's whatever. But that one didn't have Triforce pieces.
I don't feel like that one's a Zelda game at all. Like, if you're asking me, like, I don't feel like that's the Zelda game. It's a side quest to me. Like, that's a totally different mission or whatever. So for this one, for me, like, I look at it and I go, like, there's more than enough stuff here that harken back to it. But, like, in a sequel, like, if this is what Nintendo does moving forward, we continually get open world games, then that's where I feel like they're moving in the right direction, and we get these big open world games, and then we're going to start getting the dungeons and all the stuff built within the world. Like, I'm excited for what the next one they do is, honestly. Like, I can't wait to see what this does moving forward. It just excites me, honestly.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this rumor, the 3DS game? Have you seen this?
Yeah, I saw this from Market Sellers.
Yeah. So 3DS, possibly a remake or a reimagining or an expansion. I'm thinking this is going to be Samus Returns to the Zelda series.
Let's unpack this first. Okay. So the first thing is people all of a sudden are now pointing to Grezzo and saying, like, well, Grezzo is not working on this. Grezzo was working on an HD game. That ad specifically said we are looking
HD.
for HD model makers and stuff that know what they're doing in HD, not 3DS or didn't just ask for help to do a Zelda game. So I think whatever Grezzo is doing is for the Switch. Now, there's rumors that they're taking an old classic Zelda game and HDing it up and throwing it on. So the rumors that I've heard so far are either Skyward Sword, Link to the Past, or Zelda 2, an HD remaster of Zelda 2. That's the three names that I've read that popped up that have come up. Of those, the only way that I want Skyward Sword is if they get rid of the motion controls, and I know they're not going to because it's too jammed in within to do it. For me to go back to that game.
See, and that's one of the problems I had with Odyssey, actually, of being like the Switch game of the year specifically. Say what you will about the game of the year kind of thing, but as far as the game that demonstrated what the Switch could do, I thought Odyssey failed there as well, a little bit. And what I mean by that is Zelda. You could play that on your TV and instantly pick the Switch up and continue playing exactly the same in any configuration, however you want it, whether it was Joy-Con detached, handheld mode, Pro controller, whatever it was the same experience laying in your bed, sitting on a plane, or sitting in front of a 60-inch television. Odyssey, you could play it anywhere, but the best way to play it was with detached Joy-Cons in front of a TV, and I thought that making that the best way to play it kind of defeated the purpose of being able to take it with you. So for Skyward Sword, I really hope if they have the motion controls in it, I hope they go kind of Odyssey route where that might be the best way to play it, but you can still play it
in handheld mode. If they make it where I can use Joy-Con or use the Pro controller, I will buy the game, I will play it, and I will enjoy it. But they gotta get rid of Fee too, because I wanted to choke her. I wanted to slash her throat once or twice. So that now we go back to the 3DS. Now I've heard a couple of things. I've heard that when I was talking to Justin Masson the other day, he's like, he thinks that they're just gonna keep putting games out on the 3DS. Right. Now Marcus Sellers is basically saying, like, this is gonna be the swan song of the 3DS, and this is gonna be the one that this is it and the end of it. I'm torn because I did a video on it this week and I talked about it and I was like, part of me is like, okay, cool, I'll go back to it, but I feel like as a Nintendo, like in Nintendo shoes, they're making a mistake. I think it's going to be Samus Returns,
absolutely.
You know, where it's just not going to move the needle, and it's not going to be what they want it to be, and it's going to hurt them overall. But Nintendo does what they want to do, and that's the other one I heard. I did hear Link's Awakening as well.
Link's Awakening is the one that I heard. Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah.
Which, honestly, if they're going to remaster that one, I would like that. I would like to go back and check that one back out again and take a look at it. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess we're going to find out what it is. I think the biggest question is it really legit, the Direct? Because here we are. Here we are, like, if the Direct comes out on January 11th, which is Thursday, which is my birthday, you can send me all your gifts that you want. Just let me know. I'll give you my address. Send them my way. No, seriously. If that's the case, if it's January 11th, we'll find out on the 10th. Like the 10th, Nintendo will make a tweet and it'll go, and then the internet will go bananas, and then all hell breaks loose. Yeah. Or they'll do it on the 9th, but I think
maybe 2 days. I was going to say 1 or 2 days is usually their sweet spot.
Because I was going to say normally they announce it the 9th, the leaks come out the 10th, the 11th everybody gets mad because the leaks weren't true. So, although we've already started getting the leaks, so you can't really really go that route. Man, it's a crazy time. Well, first off, if Nintendo doesn't do something in January, then they've absolutely just squandered all the trust and everything that they've built up this past year. They've kind of hurt themselves. They need to come out in January, in my opinion, either January or the first week of February, and be like, "This is what we're doing moving forward." Like you need to do it now, moving forward. If you go beyond that first week of February, you're in trouble. You're in deep trouble.
I don't even think they can afford February.
I think February's fine. Honestly, I think February's fine. It's not that. It's only a couple weeks after. But I feel like if they don't do it then, they're in trouble. They have, because we don't know what's coming out. Yeah. You know, like we know we have Bayonetta 1 and 2 coming in February. And that, I mean, we know we have a Yoshi game. We know we have a Kirby game. We know we have a potential of, Pokemon.
Metroid 4.
If you believe that rumor, I don't buy that rumor. I think that rumor's BS, because if that game gets released, right, if that game gets released in fall or winter of 2018, then why the hell did they only show an animated GIF with some music at E3? Like, why wouldn't they have shown something a little bit better?
You know why? The same reason why last year a couple of us, I'm not going to say all of us, but a couple of us thought that they dropped the ball on the January reveal. Now, I know you were a little bit more positive, but Sean
was very upset.
Sean and I, it's been almost a year. I think it's January 28th, 29th, I think. It'll be a year since Sean and I had our therapy session podcast, where he came on the Warp Whistle and we just talked each other down from the ledge and held each other and comforted each other and kept our Switch pre-orders. And that was like a dark moment for both of us, I think, and for a lot of people. But Nintendo proved through this year that they have a plan. It might be crazy, but they can see the big picture, and we can only see a tiny little portion of it. And I think Nintendo nailed E3. They did a lot of stuff right. They just announced that they have the fastest selling console in history. Yeah. Obviously, they're doing something right, and I think showing a logo, we might want to see more. Yeah. But we're a small percentage of who Nintendo cares about.
Yeah.
And maybe a vocal minority, but if Nintendo comes out this E3 and says, "Hey, look,
come on, man! If they listen, no way, dude, no way they can get there is no way humanly possible that they literally made that guy said he made that logo like a week before. There is no way that's the footage they take. I cannot buy that for a minute. I really look at. In all reality, I don't think that this game is anywhere near being ready. I honestly don't. I don't care what leaks people are announcing and all that. Like, I'm going to stick by it where I go, this isn't going to happen. There's no way.
Just for the record, I don't believe this game's coming out this year.
Yeah,
I'm just playing devil's advocate, to bounce something against you.
Yeah.
But no, I completely, I don't have any faith whatsoever that Metroid Prime 4 is coming out. I believe that we'll hear about Metroid Prime 4 coming out in 2019, and then we'll get the HD Metroid Prime Trilogy Collection for Switch ready to go for this fall. And that'll be Nintendo's...
that makes sense to me. That makes total sense to me that they would go, here's an HD trilogy, HD remaster of the trilogy to kind of get you back in the loop of what went down. As an add-on, we're going to give you Federation Force in there as well.
Sure. Why not? I'd be okay with that, to be honest.
Well, there is... At the end of that game, there's plot that sets up for. And
I mean, we'd have a multiplayer component. Say what you will about Switches Online, but I think more multiplayer, especially multiplayer shooters, people got a taste of it with Doom. I think Nintendo handling that first party would be cool. A serious multiplayer online shooter.
Yeah,
coming up this fall, that'd be great.
So when I look at that, I go, okay, this is just what I see. I don't foresee them doing. I think this year their focus, and that's where I want to kind of start to lead this conversation is where are we going to be in 2018 for Nintendo? And my feeling is their big hammer game. Their two hammer games are Animal Crossing and Pokemon. I feel like those are the two big games that they announced this year to kind of push the narrative of like what this thing can do and what you're gonna be playing for the next year. Just because both of those have two totally different big followings. Like the Animal Crossing community is one thing, and I feel like most of the people that like Animal Crossing aren't really into Pokemon, and vice versa. So I feel like those are your two big things moving forward.
Right.
What's your...
I think you're right on Animal Crossing. I can't. I'm thinking the same way with Pokemon as I am with Metroid. Pokemon, Game Freak. They're a studio that likes to perfect their games. They do their own thing, and they deserve to do to take their time and do their own thing. It doesn't seem like a company that wants to rush for anyone. So unless Nintendo is giving them significant resources and significant time, again, with the logo, we didn't even see a Pokemon logo. Adam Leonard, I'm 100% with you. Wave Race for Switch. Yes, let's
get out of here with that nonsense.
Let's start a petition.
You guys are nonsense. Get out of here.
No, Wave Race. Also, check out, I got a what's it called? Riptide GT. That'll hold you over, but it really makes you want a legit Wave Race. Go check out my review. Should I
just say it?
What? Hot Trash in the Summer? Go ahead.
No, listen, real quick before you get into this. So, the thing is at E3, yes, they didn't show anything, but with Pokemon, they're constantly working on the next game. We typically get a Pokemon game every single year. Now, it's not a brand new Pokemon. They typically go 1 year Pokemon, main storyline, whatever, and then they do the Ultra version of something the next year. And then they go back and do a full Pokemon game. When he was sitting there, he said, in a little over a year from now, we will be launching our next... that's June. A little over a year from then is in the fall.
Is the fall. Okay.
So that's why I really think it... Because here's the thing. I said this numerous times. This is not the Pokemon game that people are thinking right now. What people are thinking right now is this massive, big, open-world Pokemon game. No. This is going to still be the chibi art style. It's still going to be the same. It's going to be whatever the 3DS version was that they've been working on. maybe
Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. This is going to be like Ultra Stars or something like that.
I don't think it'll be Ultra
Is that what you're
Stars.
saying?
It'll be like a main game. It'll be something new, but it'll still be like you look at X and Y, right? X and Y is here, right? And then Sun and Moon come. Art style wise, the only difference between the two games ultimately are this one has Hawaiian Pokemon in it.
Yeah.
And it's put in a different place. And that's it. Art style wise, it's the same game. Essentially, it looks identical. You know what I mean? To me, anyway. I mean,
they did some new stuff, but I get what you mean.
Don't get me wrong. They added features to it, and that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the core of the game and what it looks like and feels like is going to be the same stuff we got. Because what I think people want it to be is what I think people want the next Pokemon game to be is what Breath of the Wild was to Zelda series.
Oh yeah.
And that's not coming. You're right. That's not coming in fall. What's coming in fall is whatever was going to hit the 3DS in fall this year. That's what I feel.
Yeah. And I really think Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, I think just taking those and slapping them on the Switch, you can tell that there are certain games that are held back by the 3DS hardware.
Oh yeah.
The screen specifically, even if they can run really well on the new 3DS, like that machine can cook for what it is.
Yeah.
But you can tell that there's some games that are just trying to break through how crappy that screen is.
Yeah.
And I think taking those games and just dropping them on Switch would instantly improve the experience.
Oh, absolutely.
But I kind of want more from Pokemon on Switch, from the first console release of a full mainline Pokemon game, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'd love to see it. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to see that. Just like I'd love to see Metroid this year. And Nintendo has pulled off a crazy year. Like, who would have thought we got a new Metroid game this year? We got a brand new, the best Zelda game ever. We got a brand new, amazing Mario game. We got a new IP with ARMS. We got a follow-up from a new IP with Splatoon 2. I mean, come on. 2017, they brought it, and less than a year ago, Sean and I were talking each other off a ledge and trying to hug each other and spoon each other in a fetal position of what are we going to do?
While you're talking that, I can honestly say last year this time is when Sean was yelling at me on If We Ran Nintendo to shut the F up. And whatever. Like, that's when me and him had our big clash, was because of, I was Mr. Optimistic and he didn't agree with it. He's on record for saying, like, he didn't even think that the Switch was going to be his number 2, let alone his number 3 console choice. And you talk to him now, it's his number 1 console choice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
A lot of people feel that way. Like, what I mean, and that's just because they. Here's the thing, and I've said this before. That day, you and I spoke before the launch, and I said to you, I want 2 things. I want price, and I want to know when I could pre-order it. I said, if they give me those 2 things in tonight's show, I'm happy. The rest is gravy. So for me, that's why I was just like super excited that night, because I was like, they told me the price. I can afford it. It's not, because I was thinking $400 the whole time. Yeah. I was scared to death it was going to be $400.
You were just thinking Canadian prices.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's all.
Because I felt like if they come in at $400, it's DOA. There is no chance. You guys aren't going to buy it. It's not going to sell anywhere. It's done. So when I looked at it, I was like, okay, here we go. I mean,
at that point of the year, man, I was struggling to afford it as is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to. I was like digging through the couch just to be able to afford that and the special edition Zelda. I teetered over that cancel button on Zelda. I had the money for Switch. Like, that was when they announced it. I was like, okay, I'm putting money away. I got it. It's locked in. But it was like, man, there was stuff coming up that I had to, it was a struggle, man, to come up, and it was a decent amount of change, right?
Kirsten, he makes a very valid point here. Kirsten, I think I'm pronouncing your name. If I'm not pronouncing your name right, man, I'm sorry. I'm from Jersey. Everybody knows I'm illiterate. It just is what it is. But he's saying Luigi's Mansion 3 in 2018, and I'd be for that. I would
That'd be
definitely be
amazing.
for that game.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
I'd
man. I
love
liked
that.
it. I liked it on the 3DS. I know a lot of people didn't, but I really enjoyed it on the 3DS.
I mentioned that on last week's episode of the Warp Whistle with Loren. She was a huge fan of Luigi's Mansion 2, and I said, like, would Luigi's Mansion 3, if they announce it this year for the Switch, would that be something that gets your interest? Because I really think it could happen, because they could put those games together pretty quickly.
Kieran. It's Kieran. Okay.
All right.
My apologies, Kieran. What I would, and I've said this before, man, what I want them to do is take them Joy-Cons and make them be something special. Meaning, dude, when I'm playing Splatoon, I want to be able to, like, run through an area and, like, hold the dualies and go, like, shooting this way and that way and this way and that. Just tear people up with it. It'd be so unfair. But that's I got to tell you, man, so in the United States, we just got pre-order availability of the Splatoon 2 Joy-Cons.
Man, I wanted to bring this up. Okay.
Yeah, so it just got announced. It's at GameStop.
It's they haven't gone up for pre-order, but it's announced to come here too. Nintendo Canada tweeted it out today.
Yeah, for us it's up for pre-order, right?
Yeah.
It comes in 2 weeks.
Right.
I almost pulled the trigger on it. But what's killing me is this, dude. They wanted me to buy it, and then they're not offering in-store pickup. Well, here's the other thing. I bought Tony a set,
Right.
so I'm like, do I want the same exact set as her? And
It's
then
not.
It's
not.
Why? What do you mean?
Look at the image. Okay, if you go and look at the image that Nintendo of America and Nintendo of Canada tweeted out, it is opposite sides.
No.
Just like when you buy the red and the blue in stores, it's opposite sides than the Switch that you get. So these ones, if I go and buy the new set in stores, I can have dual green and dual pink. Go look at the image.
Dude, now you're going to make me go buy it.
I know. Sorry.
Oh, you son of a... My wallet's right here. I did this during the...
You know what's sad? I'm going to buy it too, because I've been saying since I got these, I'm going to order the Splatoon set, but I really want dual greens. And Colin said he wants dual pinks, so I might try to trick him into buying it and then give him my pinks.
Because here's the thing. Oh, you son of a gun, you're right.
I know I'm right.
I'm looking at the image right here. I'm buying it. I'm buying it now.
I did a triple check, and I texted Jacob Rush because I know he got them for Christmas. And I was like, dude, okay, check what side the green is on. And he showed, and he's got the same ones that I do. And I was like, look at this image. It's switched from what we had. And I thought maybe it was a mirror image or something. But no. ABXY on that image is on the green controller, and that's not what it is on these. It's switched. You can have dual green and dual pink if you want them. I'm excited.
Well, I'm going to do it after the show. Which we got to wrap up. All right, that is all. No, just kidding.
Bobby just instantly hangs up. He's not even like...
No, because you know what? I have gift cards, so I'd put the gift cards in and bring the price down a little bit, and then it makes sense for me to do. That is so awesome, dude.
I know.
Awesome.
I was so pumped when I noticed that. It was like, because I was looking, I was like, that looks weird. Like there was just something about the image. And when I realized, like, I texted Jacob right away, and like checked my own controllers, and I was like, this is real. Like I can get dual greens right now. And it was like I was freaking out.
Dude, they pop. Like that's the thing. Like I got to tell people, like the image of Mark showing it does it zero justice. The image that you're seeing on the internet does it zero justice. When I got Tony's, right, I bought her a set. And they just sat in the box. She never took them out. And I'm sitting there I'm going nuts. Because I'm like, dude, I want to see these things. Why haven't you opened them yet? But I'm not saying anything to her. And then she went away, and I'm like, I'm opening these things. So I open them up, and I'm like, oh my God, dude. These are gorgeous. I'm going to buy a set.
Even the box, man. When I got the box, like from, Play Asia, and I get the box in the mail, and I look at the box, I'm like, man, these colors look really kind of muted. Yeah. Like the box doesn't. You open it up, and it's like glowing.
Yeah, you got to put sunglasses on.
It's amazing, man. It's really cool.
Adam Leonard's here, and I want to say this. Adam, I feel like you're making a mistake in life. And we're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a little therapy session with you in the chat and me just talking directly to you. Dude, why are you not making t-shirts on TeePublic or one of these t-shirt sites? Like,
yeah, for real.
Dude, the community would eat them up and buy them like crazy. That could be your job, bro. Like, seriously. Like your stuff is on the level of everybody else's stuff that's on there already. Like there is no reason in the world why you're not doing that. That's crazy.
Go back and go look up my episode with Django Snow. That dude designs T-shirts and sells them and makes. I mean, he does freelance stuff, but between freelance and T-shirts and whatever, like that's his job. That's what he does to make a living. And T-shirts are a decent chunk of that.
I mean, dude, what I'm paying you as it is already, like I'm paying for your mortgage. Like everything else is gravy, man. No, seriously, all jokes aside, like that's where you need to be, man. Honestly.
100%.
Like I would be buying shirts every week. Like seriously.
Also, I want to address his comments. It's not, you can't say you guys, because I only have 2 sets of Joy-Con.
I gotta put my son to bed.
That's it. Okay, yeah. Before I even explain myself. Sure, whatever. That's why I said I want Colin to buy this new set, because then I'll just give him my pink because he wants dual pinks, and he'll give me his green because I want dual greens, and then we'll have the controllers that we want, and I still only have 2 sets of Joy-Con because I don't need 3 because I'm not Bobby.
Yeah. Well, no. Let me explain something. I don't have I don't have any Joy-Cons. I have none. I have the gray ones that came on the Switch.
Right,
and that's it.
Right.
So
you have 17 Pro controllers.
That's the difference. That's my sickness. So, you're not. Would you stop? We'll talk, Adam. We'll get into a conversation because I'm gonna slap you in the face. This is ridiculous. You and your nonsense. Like
I was the one having rum. Why are you getting belligerent now?
Because, man, he's giving me lines of nonsense. Like that's the stuff you go tell your wife. Please. You're talking to me. I know what's up. Go look at TeePublic. They're getting away with murder over there. You could do the same stuff that they're doing. You just change a couple of things. Save the nonsense.
Look at the stuff Django does, man. Yeah. I got a Splatoon shirt.
Dude, look at this shirt. Right here. This shirt here. Salmon Run. It's a Salmon Run shirt.
As long as you don't actually say Splatoon. Yeah. I got a shirt in there. One of my favorite shirts of all time. It's Luke Skywalker doing the sword in the stone. It's drawn in a Disney style, but he's pulling the lightsaber out of the stone instead. Fantastic shirt. Doesn't say Star Wars on it anywhere. It's a great time.
The image you just sent me dude, he sent me this image. Apparently every year what he does is he draws a picture for his brother John of the game of the year. Right? Whatever the game of the year is. So he came to me. Thank you for fixing that, by the way, Adam. That was the first thing I looked at. He came to me earlier this year. He's like, hey, what do you think? Like, I would need your critique on this. And I look at it. Dude, it is mind-blowing. This is honestly, when I saw this picture, that's what made me go, I'm going to start getting this guy to do all my logos. Because it's a picture of Link.
See you, Adam.
All right, Adam. See you later. It's a picture of Link standing up on a ledge, right? And in the clouds is the faces of the 4 champions.
Oh, man. Dude, I'd buy that shirt in a heartbeat.
Exactly. Like
I have a Wind Waker shirt that's very clearly like from the Wind Waker, but there's enough kind of shadowed out that it's not stealing exactly any image. They use shadow really well, but you can very much tell it's Wind Waker. Doesn't say Wind Waker. It's just a Link riding through the waves on the King of Red Lions. It's a great shirt. And that's again from I think that's TeePublic or one of those shirts anyway.
I gotta get Django on this show. We're friends on Facebook and stuff. I gotta get him on here. He's a good guy. I have a bunch of his shirts. He does phenomenal work, man. Yeah. Okay, so I don't even know where we were at. No, we got another thing. Okay, Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons.
So my dilemma now is this.
Okay.
Do I buy the Splatoon Joy-Cons or do I buy Nintendo Guru Joy-Cons? I have someone that's told me that they would do custom work for whatever I wanted.
Oh, man.
And the cost would I don't even know what the cost. I'd have to look up what the cost would be. Cost might be more. It's going to be more than what the Joy-Cons cost, obviously. Because you're going to buy the Joy-Con plus the work. So that's where I'm at right in my head. I'm like, man, I'm looking at the work that Adam's doing, and I'm going, man, if I can get them to put that on controllers and like have like all this crazy stuff, like, and I can pick the color of the buttons and all that, like, and he can do what I want done, and that's put a D-pad on the left Joy-Con.
Man, I don't know how you could turn that down. One of the reasons I ordered these ones is because you couldn't buy them in North America. I wanted to have something different.
Yeah.
So that's it. I'm a little disappointed that they're coming here. Because I'm not going to be the only one walking around
they're not.
with those. Well, you can still buy the Splatoon like Switch set, right? I mean, you can still get those. You don't see it very often. I know. You still don't see it. But
you're not going to buy a new Switch for those.
No.
Although Tony and I were talking this week, and I was like, so there's a rumor about a January 11th Nintendo Direct. And she's like, oh, okay. And I was like, the big hot topic rumor of the year is that Animal Crossing is coming this year.
Yeah.
And now she perks up. She's paying attention to me now. And I was like, man, if they put out an Animal Crossing Switch, I'm buying it. And she's like, you're buying it too. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go down this rabbit hole.
Since we recorded last week, Loren has been talking more and more. And every time she's just like, so I was kind of thinking, more about what you were asking about the Switch. I don't know if you listened, but it was me asking what would make her, because she's such a fan of the 3DS, what would make her get her own Switch and not just kind of play mine as a multiplayer peripheral kind of thing. Yeah. And it was like asking those questions, Luigi's Mansion, Animal Crossing, and Animal Crossing is huge for her. And I, we were talking afterwards a couple of days ago in the car and just saying like, what if it was a custom Animal Crossing, like the dock was Animal Crossing, or the system itself, or even the Joy-Con were something, maybe a darker green and an orange or something like that was a little bit more, AC styled. Yeah. And she was just like, you are selling me on this so bad that I need it to be real. It was one of those things where like the if we were in Nintendo that you and Sean always do.
Yeah, but by the time the episode's done, you're Sean like,
I'm gonna be disappointed if this isn't real. Yeah, like it was 100% that, and I was just like, okay, we just pulled Bobby and Sean. I am sorry for this, and yeah,
we did that all the time. Sean and I did that all the time.
Yeah,
I'm letting Catherine Hauser into the.
And she just said, take all my money for that Animal Crossing Switch. That's what I'm saying.
Catherine, I just approved you for the Facebook. It came up. She wanted to come in the Facebook group.
I saw that pop up too.
Yeah, so I was like, let me approve her. Multitask. I'll let Mark run his jaws while I change it. Dude, so here's the thing. I don't know if you watched my video this week, but in it, I show a Switch that someone like photoshopped. And so you know how people like in the when you put the Joy-Cons into the handle, into the whatever, the grip, it looks like a dog.
Yep.
They imaged that to be Isabelle.
Yeah, I saw that.
Then the dock has like the grant, and I'm like, dude, if that's a thing, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Like that's just, please, dear God.
Oh, so good, man.
Baby
so what are the chances you think? Do you think Animal Crossing's got to be a shoe-in for this year, right?
Oh, there is no way that it can't be. Seriously.
Right. So when?
Okay, so let's temper expectations.
Okay.
I think at the latest 2019. But I can't see. No. I'm just saying. Don't get me wrong. I want it this year. But what I'm saying is the distance of time between the last one. I just feel like now is the time. But who knows, man?
They've got the HD assets ready to go. They didn't do anything with it on the Wii U. They're ready.
I agree. I'm with you. But who knows what they? But here's the thing. This is the only thing that sticks in the back of my head that scares me. Okay. So yes, New Leaf was 5-6 years ago, and typically I would be like, it's absolutely coming. There's no doubt. What scares me is the Welcome Amiibo DLC that they put in. And why that scares me is they did change a lot of stuff in the Animal Crossing game when they did that thing. So when that happens, I feel like, because that's only a 2-year gap, what I feel like is, do they need another year to kind of add some more elements, or do they already know what they're doing in terms of like another big game, and this was just. And then I look at the mobile app and I go, they want to be close to that. That's the deciding factor to me.
Matt Knight just asked, what was the time between Fire Emblem Mobile and a real Fire Emblem game? I don't know. I'm not a huge fan.
Well, the Fire Emblem Mobile game I think came out in May or something like that, and then Echoes hit this summer, so it wasn't that long.
No.
So I can see everybody's point, and I know that Nintendo wants to do that, but they march to the beat of their own drum too, man. And sometimes I just
So
my thing is I don't want my
2018,
expectations up here and then they get crushed.
If it's 2018, let's just say big if.
Mm-hmm.
When do you think it drops? Do you think this is one of the games that it's fall, or do you think this is like summer, spring?
No.
Where do you picture Animal Crossing fitting in? Do you think it's big enough to hold the fall?
No. What'll happen is this. Is what I feel like Nintendo's going to do is they're going to utilize the March and October as their two pillars from here on in. Like that'll be their beginning and end for the Switch. And as we're coming around to March now, that'll be 6 months from Odyssey, right? So now we move 6 months from Odyssey. They need to have a big staple game there, in my mind. Like I look at Breath of the Wild as the start of the story, right? And then they run 6 months and they go to Odyssey. But to me, Odyssey is the real launch. Like that's the holiday launch, all from. Because if you look at like what we have, like what we were playing with in terms of like what the UI was and all that stuff, like totally drastically different from the time Odyssey comes out. Odyssey's a different tale. So what I feel is they're your two bookends. So now you go, okay, that chapter's done. We come around, and what starts the next story? And the next story to me is Animal Crossing in March, and then in October is one of two things. I think either Smash or, but I don't think Smash is coming.
No,
I have it. Okay, so let's jump on the Smash a little bit.
Okay, which is funny because I think the exact opposite. Because I think Zelda was tuned to more of the hardcore audience that was gonna pick up the Switch day one in March and enjoy that.
Yeah.
Odyssey was for everyone, and that's what they went into the holidays with. But I think if they're going to release Smash, it's going to be March, and it's going to be for the hardcore crowd that will pick stuff up at any point, and Animal Crossing will be for everyone, and that's in the fall.
But here's my thing. I don't think we're getting a Smash Deluxe.
No?
I really, in the beginning, I thought it no-brainer. And then I remember a story, and I reported on it a couple of weeks ago, where when Nintendo announces the Wii, they go to Sakurai. When they announce the Wii, the day they announce the Wii, they announce Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Sakurai had no idea about that.
Yeah.
He didn't know about it. So now, after the conference, they go to the back and they go up to Sakurai and they go, "We know that you just finished with Melee. One of two things are going to happen. Either you're going to make us a new Smash game, or we're going to take Melee, throw online play on it, and then put it on the Wii." And he was like, "No, that's not going to happen. I'm going to build the game up from scratch." So that's what happened with Brawl. So in my mind, if Nintendo goes to him and goes, "We're going to do a Smash Deluxe," he's going to say, "No, I'll build you a new Smash for the Switch."
That's smart, man. That's smart.
That's just my opinion.
I'm seeing what you're saying.
That's just my opinion. That's what I feel. And
that probably fits more into what Matt's saying. 2020, and maybe 2019. If they're really putting a push on it. But he loves to perfect his game so much. I can see 2020.
Yeah, I can see 2020 easily for that.
Yeah,
because I don't think when they first announced Switch, I was like, oh, it's simple. They're going to do Splatoon. They're going to do Smash. They're going to do Mario Kart. They're going to do all these games. They're going to be deluxes. And then the further away we kept getting, I just was like, this makes no sense.
So there's an interesting topic, though. With Kart, do you think that's the last Kart we're going to see on Switch?
No. Hell no.
Okay, so why couldn't they do the same thing with Smash? Release Smash Deluxe right now, and 2-3 years down the road, they release Smash 2020, 2021, whatever. Because
they respect Sakurai so much. That's the thing. Sakurai, to me, and this is when I'm looking at this from the outside perspective, what I see. Sakurai, to them, is a younger Miyamoto. In terms of, like, this dude is brilliant. Yeah. Like, this dude is so smart. And he was like with Iwata. So
yeah.
they respect him so much that I think they give just the same way that they went to him and was like, "What do you want to do? Like, this is your baby. What do you want to do with it?" Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that I respect about Nintendo. Like, you look at what Konami did to Kojima, and it was like, "You're going to do what we tell you to do," and this is where they're just like, "No, we're going to do what you want to do." It's the same. It's the same thing they would do with Miyamoto. They would go, "How do you want to handle this?" And then he would tell them, and they would do it. Because to them, the games come first, and if their game developers tell them this isn't going to work, they don't push it through. And that's the one thing. Like, they don't typically push it through if the game developers are like, "No, this isn't going to work. We need more time." Prime example.
It's what smart companies do, man. I mean, like, this thing, exists. The Apple Watch exists because
Apple up on this show. You do that on Warp Whistle all the time.
I know, but the two companies have a lot in common, and they understand their talent. Johnny Ive is a big watch fan. Yeah. He loves watches. He loves his traditional watches, and there's a lot of, if you read some or hear some of his interviews and stuff about the watch development, it was a passion project of his. He wanted to do that, and they know he's such a talented designer that they're saying, okay, if we're going to keep him around, we got to give him his little watch team and let him do his thing, and we'll sell a few million of them. And I mean, it's like 54% of the watch category, but whatever that means, because whatever. But you have to let your top talent, do what they want and be creatively expressive and that kind of stuff, or they're going to get bored and they're going to walk. Yeah. And or they're going to butt heads and you're going to have a Kojima situation. And I think it's smart to let them have that freedom.
What's up, Gary Blaine? How you doing? Now, for me, here's the thing. You made an interesting point. I was listening to the episode. I was trying to get caught up on some podcasts today. So I was listening to. I listened to the beginning of You and Loren. But I listened to the episode. What's that?
Sorry, I'm guessing against Sheldon. Pikmin 4 supposed to be near complete. Last time Miyamoto. That could be a surprise this year.
Yeah, I think that's going to definitely come. That's
sure.
definitely
Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
No problem. So you made a point in the episode prior to this past one when you were talking to Colin about how you feel that Retro potentially is working on another Donkey Kong game to complete a trilogy.
Yeah.
Because you don't feel Retro is working on Metroid Prime, correct?
Not a chance.
Okay, so because that's the thing. If Retro was working on Prime 4, then absolutely it's coming in 2018.
Right.
But I don't feel like they are. I feel like what I really think they're working on is a new IP. Something specifically for them and a brand new IP.
All right.
I think they're going to start to turn into the Rare of Nintendo back in the N64 days, where Nintendo just kind of lets them go now. Like when Rare first started, it was like, take some of our old IP, knock the dust off of it, and see what you can do. They did that, and then you see what they're doing now. So that aspect, I look at and I go, okay, we're in a different perspective now. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love another Donkey Kong game from them. Yeah. Because, dude, those two games they're hard, but they're so good, man. Yeah. Just so good. Like, Tropical Freeze to me was just so amazing.
That was beautiful.
Dude, it was gorgeous. The music. Dude, they knocked it out the park with that
Every
game.
aspect. Oh, pro level.
I loved the silhouette levels where it was all black. Man. And then the only thing you see on Donkey Kong was the tie. Yeah. Like, it was so amazing, man.
Masterclass in platforming.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's just jump back to the Pikmin 4 comment.
Okay.
So Donkey Kong Country 2. I wouldn't mind an HD remaster of all the Donkey Kong games.
Oh, I just don't. Great.
I just don't know if they're going to spend that kind of money or put that. Who knows? Because in theory, they've eliminated the 3DS teams, so who knows what they're bringing over to? What are you doing?
What? Oh, sorry.
This is why I don't like the boot. This is why I don't like the boot right here. That exactly is why I have issues with it. You get distracted into these stupid
That's just me.
things.
That has nothing to do with the boot. I just have no attention span. That's just my Nerf gun.
That's got a lot to do with the boot. So, okay, so Pikmin 4,
Yeah.
I think we're both in agreement that that's coming this year.
I think so, yeah. I think that'll be a smart, just surprise drop, like, here we go, summertime, leading in, you want to spend time outside, but if it's raining, go in the Pikmin garden and play around. Yeah, I think that's
a definite, because the conversations that, well, I've said this numerous times before, that like there was supposed to be, there was a leak just before E3 that was, in that leak was basically Smash and it was called Pikmin Worlds was the leak in Best Buy Canada, and just never came to fruition. So I don't know what the deal is. Are you all right on time? Because I know you.
Yeah, I think so.
You like to keep your stuff tight, and I don't know what's going on. With your, I don't want your wife coming in and beating you up or something.
Nah,
So
just get you a few more subscribers. Watch her beat me over the head with a Nerf gun.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I know. Seriously,
it's like what was it? Toby a couple weeks ago. Forgetting the formula or whatever. Man, I really thought
so funny, dude.
Oh man, the poor guy. I didn't even watch video of that one.
Dude,
you could hear his face.
Yeah.
That was it. Like the poor fella. I love Toby, but man, oh man, that was like you could hear his uncomfortableness in his silence. Oh god, it was. I've been there. There. I know that one. It's yeah, man, Toby. R.I.P.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, go listen to the Gaming Gurus. Yeah. Toby was supposed to put formula in the refrigerator, but he rushed upstairs to start the podcast, and his wife texted him in the middle of the podcast, yelling at him, and I was like, "Ooh," and I was like, "Do you need to go?" And he's like, "Yeah, I gotta go." And I was like, "Oh, almost as amazing as the time that Alan and his mom."
Oh my god.
Dude, I gotta bring those over to the Geek Guru channel just so people can see them. Dude, those episodes were the funniest ever.
Still, dude. Do you mean his roommate?
His roommate, dude. That was the best. So we used to do a podcast.
We're going way back here,
I'm going way back, dude. I used to do a podcast called the Geekcast. That was my first podcast I did, and I had Toby and Alan, and we're doing the recording, and I hear a woman's voice, and I stop, and I go, "Alan, who's in your house, Alan?" And he's like, "Oh, it's my roommate." And I'm like, "Your roommate?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Dude." So as we keep talking, I take that as the answer. That's his roommate, and I keep it. And all of a sudden, it goes in my back mind. I'm thinking, wait a minute. He's got a girlfriend. There is no way any girl is going to let another woman be your roommate. It is never going to happen. I'm like,
that's some sitcom bullshit.
So I go, "Alan, is that your mom?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's my roommate, man." I'm like, "What? Who calls their mom their roommate?" So, but the funny thing was she wants to cook dinner, and now he's frustrated at us because we're mocking him. So she can't hear him being mocked in the headset, right? And so he's sitting there and he's like, "Just go make your effing dinner." And I lost it. I was like, holy cow, dude. That was the best. The best.
Was it the next? I think it was the next week I was on or something like that.
No.
Meatloaf, and he cursed at me and tried to leave.
No. That was what happened. With that was the next week. Now it's me. It's Miguel, Toby, and Alan. And Alan, he's sitting there, and his mom wants to watch The X Factor. And she's yelling at him that she wants to watch The X Factor, and he's not letting, and all of a sudden, he's like, she thinks I'm shutting down. She's in for a rude awakening. And then, we pause the show because there's some stuff going on. Toby has to go to the bathroom or something, I don't know. So he leaves, and me and Miguel are there, and next thing I know, He's like, hold on. And he like puts he puts the laptop down. And then all of a sudden, like, comes back and he goes, I gotta go, guys. And I lost it. I'm like, dude, this is the best. This is the best. So, anyway, we got derailed big time.
Did we ever? That's what happens.
So here's the thing. Okay, I'm reading the chat. The chat's going crazy, right?
Yeah, they're talking about Pokemon Red and Blue. I'd love remakes of Red and Blue. HD, sign me up.
So Patrick just tagged me. Patrick just tagged me in something on Twitter. Might be a 5.0 firmware, and it's a 1-minute video. So basically what you're saying, Patrick, is this firmware will then allow us to record up to 1 minute of footage? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Is it out now? Or is it coming out?
My system's up to date. It's not out now.
Okay. So it must be coming out. Come on, Patrick. You need some information. No, the actual...
Let's check.
No, the actual video of the firm.
Oh, okay. Leaked video. Oh, cool.
Oh.
That's neat.
Wow. Crazy. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So there's a minute-long video of all the stuff that's in the new firm.
It's going to happen in 5.
Crazy, dude.
That's cool.
That's awesome. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
It has themes, online lounge. Oh, don't start. Stop. Dude. Could you imagine that?
Come on.
Oh, don't even.
That is all. Next episode starts in 5 minutes, all about what we want in Switch 5.0.
Yeah, me and Mark are going to take a break. We're going to watch the video and then come back and start talking about it.
That's it.
Let me see. Like, why not? Why not just let's see what we got here. We might have some spoilers, so if we have spoilers, you guys can just, we'll see. There's folders, YouTube app, system level voice.
System level voice.
Dude,
that's huge.
We're looking at this. We're not. This is breaking news, man. This has got to be done. Do you have it?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm opening Twitter right now.
Okay, so just go to my feed
Oh, for God's sake, I hate that. I just tried to tap the top of my phone, like to make the timeline go to the top, and another message popped up, and I went into Facebook Messenger, and now I hate life.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
Here we go. All right.
This is crazy.
This is interesting. This is top quality live footage right here.
Hey,
the
man.
two of us looking up on our phones, like this is good stuff.
This is breaking news, man. We're an hour and 17 minutes in. We've given these guys some good content.
That's true.
Hold on, here we go. I'm getting ready to start watching it.
Where is it, man? I don't see it. Like, is it just tagged in?
Go on my thing.
I'm on your Twitter right now.
Patrick tagged me in something.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing it.
Just go to Patrick's thing. Go to Nintendo Talk, at Nintendo Talk.
All right, hold on.
Nintendo Talk's not breaking the internet. He's breaking my show.
I got this.
So we got a minute long. Holy crap, dude. Whoa. Dude. There's an it looks like, I don't know whether it's a folder or an app that's basically all your online stuff. So it has YouTube, Hulu, Crunchyroll, and Twitch. Jules
is sending me a direct link. Thanks, Jules.
There you go. See, Jules will take care.
You're the man.
This guy, he's talking about me, and he's not even. All right, do this. Get it set up to go.
I got it. Jules, right. Jules just hooked me up. Jules is my favorite person alive.
We'll hit play at the same time.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Back it up.
Hold your bird. All right, ready?
Yep. 1, 2,
3. Okay.
All right. So you see that app thing?
Seeing Splatoon, and then it's most sorted by. That's cool.
You can sort that up. That's cool.
That's cool. Very. Oh man, manual sorting.
Oh. Create a folder.
Oh, folders are good. There's so many games. I mean, there's like 100 games coming out every day on Switch, so you need folders. Online lounge. This is it. So this is.
Oh, man. Get out of here!
What?
Get out! Use
okay,
your console.
Wait.
Stop that.
Okay, pause it. Pause it for a second.
Wait a minute. That said, use your phone.
Yeah.
Use your console.
Yeah. So
dude, are we actually getting online with this?
and they had ARMS, Splatoon, and Mario Kart.
Yes.
So does that mean those games are getting added to the smart device?
I would assume so. Yeah, they got to be.
Right?
We know that's going to happen. That's not the biggest thing.
Well, it hasn't happened now. Why the hell hasn't it happened now? That's
what
I'm wondering.
This guy has invite your friends. These are all NOA testers here.
Yeah. Invite friends. So you invite all your friends.
Dude,
okay.
Here's the thing, though. It's just, man, if this is faked, this is horrible if it's faked. Okay, you going to play again?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Wait, where are you at in this video?
I'm right at the theme. I'm right where it's a bunch of Mario faces and it says NOA tester.
Okay. Hit,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Whoa, stop. Dude, that's on the Switch.
Yeah.
And it's saying microphone test.
Mm-hmm.
But here's another thing. Dude, it has messages now.
Okay, the messages are a big thing.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That means we can now message each other.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start again. You ready?
Hey, what's your timestamp?
My timestamp is 1:18.
1:18.
I'm sorry, I'm 48 seconds in.
Oh, 48. You're way back.
I'm way back?
Keep up. All right, no, I'm at 48. Okay, let's go.
Okay, you ready? 1,
Yeah.
2, 3. Sleep mode, test room.
Okay. So it's right. So that means you hold in the home button and you go to your room. You can do your chat. You can set up there, all that kind of stuff. So system settings.
Airplane mode, which is there, right? Data menu, users.
Airplane mode. I was using airplane mode yesterday because the power went out.
Oh my god! Oh god!
Oh man, that's awesome.
Holy
okay, if this is faked,
that's a hell of a job if it's faked.
They did a really great job. Man.
Holy crap, dude. Man,
okay. So on the YouTube channel, on the YouTube thing that this is posted on, launch planned early February.
So that would be, dude, that could be where they're like, they announce it at the or they just say we're going to have an update coming next month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
I think I've been thinking this whole time it's going to be January 15th. Don't know why, but then that gives like 2 weeks until early February.
Dude, if this is legit, that's crazy, bro.
That is nuts.
That is all the stuff. Seriously, let's break it down. That is all the stuff that every single person complained was missing in this thing. If we can actually use our Switches to chat now, and we didn't have to like,
it's huge.
Oh my god, dude!
Huge.
Holy.
Crazy. Huge.
Dude, I am like floored.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm like, dude, I'm in shock right now. This is craziness to think that. Holy crap, dude. I'm floored. I'm floored because I'm like, this is all the stuff that I want.
Yeah.
Wait, you saw cloud storage? Where did you see that at? That had to be in there, and I missed it.
Back in the when they were going through the system, the storage stuff.
Let me see.
Hold on.
The fact that you could manually move stuff around. Add to media folder. Whoa. Add to virtual console folder.
Huh.
So that means virtual console's coming. This has to be to me what I'm thinking is this has to be the paid service. This is what we're paying for.
Yeah. Cloud storage, and it looks 1.1 gigs of free space. So that's, what do you think? That's halfway storage. So we're getting 2 gigs free, maybe 2 gigs of storage. Looks like online. I'm paused at the minute and 5 second mark.
Yeah, I'm going through the whole thing again.
Data management.
Anything I missed? You're at the minute 5.
Minute 5 to data management, so you can see system, micro SD, and cloud storage. And if you look at the free space available, it's a little less than half that's taken, so 1.1 gigs. So wait a minute.
So if we get cloud storage, right?
Yeah.
That means essentially we can just save our stuff to the cloud rather than having to download hard drives, or have to not download hard drives, but rather than having to get like SD cards.
Not quite. Not quite. With 2 gigs of cloud storage, that's for saves. That's for saves.
Okay, so but that would pull that off our hard drives.
Yeah, but it's only 2 gigs. Again, you're not saving up. This is like the megabyte, kilobyte save file data. So
I know that, but right now that sits on our actual systems.
Yeah.
So we can back it up to there.
Exactly.
This way, if my Switch breaks, I can actually just go buy a new Switch, put in my username, and then re-download every. Holy crap!
You re-download your games and your save files. Your 200 hours that you've put into Zelda is saved in the cloud.
This is nuts. This is insane,
yeah.
dude.
This is
be real,
huge.
dude. If this is fake, I'm going to be so
I know.
pissed. I'm going to be so pissed if this is fake.
Yeah. Well, good thing. I mean, we launch planned early February. We don't have long to find out if this is real.
Wow.
Yeah. This is blowing my freaking mind. I got to check back in the
well, for you,
chat.
you're drunk, so that's one thing. Like, but for me,
one tiny little glass.
You have tiny little glass. That's not tiny, my man. That's a little bit more than tiny. Please.
Looks like, yeah. So Joe after work, he's backing me up. Looks like 2 gigs of cloud storage. Think more for save files like PS Plus. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very.
So that's basically, and dude, it's only $20 a year.
This is crazy, man. This is insane.
Nuts.
This is insane.
If they do this, man.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
Yeah.
It's over. Game over, man. They're basically giving you everything that the other guys have for half the price.
Minus the free AAA games. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big chunk of the cost of live and gold and everything else. I think.
Really, dude,
with this month's games on PS
games
Plus.
Are they giving?
Oh yeah, I know, right? But the games came up to over $100 or whatever. But would you buy those anyway? I mean, Batman Telltale. I'm excited to play that one on PS4.
I bought it for Switch.
I was gonna buy it on Switch, which is sad because now I won't because I just got it free.
Yeah.
I mean, if I really, really love it, I might play it. I might buy it on Switch just so I can play it on the go. But man, this is huge news.
Elemental, I messaged you in the general about some stuff, but I'll check Discord after this. Holy
crazy,
crap, dude!
Crazy.
Man, if this is, but here's the thing: we've seen this before, and it would. This is why I feel like it would be like when they had the Smash stuff. Remember when there was supposed to be Rayman and Smash and all that stuff?
Yeah,
and it was all fake. So that's what makes me a little bit be like, I don't know if this is true or not.
Taking this with a grain of salt, but I'm really hoping it's real.
Man, if this is legit,
take your friends unite. I'm guessing. I'm not sure exactly. I'm guessing that's Todd. Yeah,
it's Todd.
Hey, Todd.
What's up, Todd?
Man,
if that is legit, dude, forget about it.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like this is huge.
This is massive. Massive.
This is like, dude. I'm speechless right now.
Yep.
The themes, dude. That Zelda background was amazing.
Man, crazy.
And then they said theme store. See, what gets me hyped is the fact of like online lobbies. Like we can hang out and all that stuff. Like that is amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's
so cool. So cool. I mean, my nephew that lives out in Alberta, where Sean is, the opposite end of the country, basically from me. He just got a Switch for Christmas. Playing Mario Kart with him the last couple of weeks has been a blast. But then we have to call or FaceTime or do something and have the audio on the phones, and he doesn't have a phone because he's 6. Yeah. So gotta get my sister and whatever. So it would be so cool if he can just pick up his Switch and we can have a chat or whatever, right? Like that'd be just so cool. And I've been wanting that for a while, but especially since he got one, just as a communication tool with my nephew,
Todd,
who I just don't get to talk to as much as I'd like to. So that's amazing.
Todd, I think you okay. So you're coming in at the tail end of this. Mark and I just watched apparently leaked footage of the new 5.0 update that's coming to the Switch, and it has all this crazy stuff in it, built into it. It has voice chat.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, just put it
before I'm gonna get taken down. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway,
click that link. Todd, click that link right there and watch that video. It's only a minute long, but it's got some crazy stuff in it, dude. It's nuts.
Crazy. Crazy.
Blew my mind.
Crazy.
Blew my mind.
I do have to wrap it up though a little bit, Bobby.
Let's a little bit, like a lot. Yeah. Like so.
All right.
That is all. Thank you guys for holy crap. Thank you guys for watching and all that stuff and hanging out with us, and my mind is out elsewhere.
Yeah. No, I'm just
I'm floored right now. So seriously, I appreciate everything you guys do for us and all that. Mark, let everybody know where they can find you at and all that good stuff.
You can find everything that we do on warpwhistlegaming.com. So the podcast is linked through there, but you can also find it on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, anywhere else that hosts podcasts. And we finally started posting the podcast up on YouTube. Whether it's gameplay footage or just a logo splashed up there. We don't do the video like this kind of stuff because my brother's a weirdo. But that I'm still trying to convince him to do something there. But you can find us on YouTube as well now, and I've been really pushing YouTube since October or so, and really happy with the growth. I've taken it from like 30 some people to like 150, 160. Awesome. It's I'm happy with it. Doing reviews and stuff over there. I do my daily videos, so you can find us there. But yeah, everything's kind of funneled through warpwhistlegaming.com now. Nice. So really happy with that. Yeah. So Thanks for having me on, man. It's always a blast getting to hang out with you, and I can't believe we just saw that crazy breaking news live, ready to wrap her up, and that's like that thing comes off.
I'm gonna break that out and then put out a reaction video of it for us, so we can. That's just amazing. Yeah. So that is all, guys. Peace out, Preston.
See ya.